Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my dear lovely friends. How are you doing? Well, today I'm fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Everybody knows that I'm speaking from Kinshasa, which is the capital of Democratic Republic of Congo. My dear friends and audience, today I'm going to share you about the Islam and humanity. As a Muslim Ummah, everybody should know about Islam and humanity. Actually, Islam teachings on humanity and human welfare have been codified in its central religious book known as the Holy Quran, which is Muslims believe was revealed by Allah for the humankind. These teachings have often been uh, ex- exemplified by Islamic Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam as displayed in his saying and practice. To Muslims, Islam is what the Quran has instructed to do and how Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam has put them into practice. Thus, the understanding of any Islamic topic generally rely on those two. Now I'm telling you social welfare in Islam. In Islamic tradition, the idea of social welfare has been presented as one of its principal values, and and the practice of social service and its various forms has been instructed and encouraged. A Muslim religious life remains incomplete if not attended by service of humanity. The following verse of the Quran is often cited to encapsulate the Islam idea of social welfare. It's not righteousness that ye turn your faces towards east or west, but it's righteousness to believe in Allah and the last day and the angels and the books and the messenger, to spend of your substance out of love for him, for your kin, for orphan, for the needy, poor, for the wayfarer, for those who ask, and for the ransom of slave, to be steadfast in prayer and practice regular charity, to fulfill the contracts which we have made, and to be firm and patient in pain or suffering and adversity. And throughout all periods of panic, such are the people of truth, the Allah fearing. Similarly, duties to parents, duties to neighbors, relatives, sick peoples, the old and the minority group have been defined in Islam in a long hadith recorded in hadith. It is said that Allah on the day of judgment, only Allah of the day of judgment will be displayed with those who do not care, don't will be displayed with those who do not care for the sick people, who do not care uh, poor and helpless, and who do not give food to those who ask. Allah will interrogate them and demand explanation for them. This hadith is seen as a reminder of human beings' obligations to respond to the needs of others, the individuals, the family, the state, and the non-governmental organization or governmental organization. All are responsible for the performance of social responsibilities and for the promotion of social welfare. The Quran tells that the believers have been sent for the betterment of mankind that they will promote what is good and prevent what is wrong. However, this is to be carried out in the best possible manner. No individual honor should be injured and no harm should arise out of it. In Islamic tradition, the family has a greater role to play in properly educating its members and providing them with moral schooling so as to make them good members of society. The state has the responsibility to preserve the human rights of its citizens, hold various non-government institutions in civil society are to carry out public services and charitable works. We have to continue. Rights of various group in Islam, and now we can discuss about this rights of various group of Islam. And now first of all, rights of the parents and relatives. Rights of the parents and relatives in Islam, social importance has been attached to the service. The right of parents respecting and obeying one's parents has been made a religious obligation. All ill treatment to them is forbidden in Islamic jurisprudence and Islamic tradition. With regard to the rights of parents, the Quranic injunction is to behave well with them, to take care of them, especially in their old age, not to be rude to them, and to show highest respect to them. Its injunction is to be applied regardless of parents' religious identity. That is, a Muslim person is to respect and serve their parents whether may be Muslim or non-Muslim. Hadith literature provides plenty of instances where Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam has commanded companions to be good and kind of their parents and to serve them in the best possible manners. Insulting or misbehaving with one's parents has been declared a major sin. Mother, however, has been given priority over father in terms of receiving respect and service from children. The high status of mother in Islam is best exemplified by the saying of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam that paradise is at the feet of your mothers. Similarly, importance has also been attached to the rights of relatives and twofold approach is generally prescribed with regards to the duties to the relatives, keeping good relations with them and emphasis and serving ties with them has been admonished. It is said in the hadith, the person who served the bond of kinship will not enter paradise, will never be entered paradise. My dear audience, and now I'm going to describe rights of the neighbors. Islam most sacred books, the Holy Quran, describes true followers of its prophet as hard against disbelievers and merciful among themselves. However, as seen in modern discourse, Muslims believe that regardless of a neighbor's religious identity, Islam tells the Muslim to treat their neighboring people in the best possible manner and not cause any difficulty to them. The Quran tells the Muslim to stand by their neighbors in the latter's everyday needs. Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported as saying, "A man is not a believer who fills his stomach with his neighbor's is hungry. One topical hadith on neighbors reads as follows, narrated Abu Shuraya. The Prophet said, by Allah, he does not believe. By Allah, he does not believe. By Allah, he does not believe. It was said, who is that? Oh Allah, Abu said. He said, that person whose neighbors does not feel safe from his evils. And now I'm telling right of children's Islamic law and the tradition of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam have laid out the right of children in Islam. Children have the rights to be fed, clothed, and protected until reaching adulthood. Rights to be treated equally among the siblings. Rights not to be forced by its step parents or its birth parents, and rights to education. Parents are also responsible for teaching their children basic beliefs, religious duties, and good moral qualities and proper mannerism, honesty, truthfulness, modesty, and generosity. The Quran forbids harsh and oppressive treatment of friends' children, while urging kindness and justice towards them. It also condemns those who don't honor and feed the orphan children. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been described as being very fond of children in general. In one Islamic tradition, Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam reigned after Hussein and his grandson in a game until he caught him. He comforted a child whose pet nightingales had died. Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam played many games with children, jokes with them, and befriended, behave with them. Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam also showed love to children of other religions. Once he visited his Jewish neighbor's son when his child was sick. And now, right of minorities. Today, minority rights in several Muslim countries are very severely curtailed as taught in the Quran, Surah Tawbah. Jews and Christians, who are called people of the book, are to be fought until they pay jizya and feel themselves subdued, where Islam has been the upper hand. Historically, however, non-Muslim minorities have frequently enjoyed greater freedom in Muslim lands. This is evident from its early beginnings through later caliphates, included the Ottoman and Mughal empires. These freedoms were enjoyed by the people of the book as well as by the non-Muslim people, many of whom still live in these lands today after over 13,100 years of Muslim rules. The protection of minority rights is regarded as imperative under Islamic law, which is in harmony with other international laws for the minority. My dear audience, and now I'm going to tell you repudiation of racial discrimination. In human history, racial discrimination has long been a cause of injustice. One important aspect of Islam is that it regards human beings as equal children of Adam. As a religion, Islam does not recognize that racial discrimination among people. In his farewell sermon, Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam repudiated the discrimination based on race and color. Islam recognizes on distinction among human beings based on color, language, and tribe. All are considered equal in receiving human rights and in discharge duties according to Islamic teaching. No privileged or chosen class exists except those having piety or moral excellence. A Quranic injunctions forbids the Muslim to underestimate others, assuming that there will be natural difference in social status and income among individuals, which is the natural outcomes due to the difference in personal talent and efforts. A sense of brotherhood towards fellow Muslims and general sense of humanity towards every human being have been suggested to be cultured to further establish equality and society. Now, it's very important that economic welfare. Economic welfare means zakat and sadaqah. My dear audience, in Islam, zakat is a form of compulsory almsgiving and a religious obligations for those Muslims who are financially affluent. They are required to pay 2.5% of their total income or money each year to those Muslims who are poor and helpless. The Quran says, "And we to those who join God with Allah, who practice not regular charity, and who deny the hereafter." Zakat is considered by Muslims to be an act of piety through which can express concern of the well-being of fellow Muslims as well as preserving social harmony between the wealthy and the poor. Zakat promotes the more equitable redistributions of wealth, the fosters of sense of solidarity amongst members of the Ummah. Now, Sadaqah. Sadaqah means voluntary charity, which is given out of compassion, love, friendship, religious duty, or generosity. Both the Quran and Hadith have put much emphasis on spending money for the welfare of needy people. The Quran says, "Spend something in charity out of the substance which we have bestowed on you, before that we should come to any of you." One of the early teachings of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam was that Allah expects men to be generous with their wealth and not to be miserly, accumulating wealth without spending them to address and needs of the poor is generally prohibited and admonished. Moral behavior. Islamic traditions holds that moral qualities and good actions elevate the status of a man. The Quran and Hadith serve as the primary source of moral and ethical guidance in Islamic theology. Both the Quran and the Hadith often speak in emphatic manners to instruct the Muslims to adopt a morally good character, in particular respecting parents and elders, Having love for the younger, greeting people in correct manners, showing kindness to fellow people, caring for the sick, asking permissions before entering into others' house, speaking the truth, and avoid wrong and false speech have been emphasis. The tropically Islamic teaching is that imposing a penalty on an open door in proportion to their offense is permissible and just, but forgiving the offender is better. To go one step further by offering a favor to the offender is regarded the highest excellence. Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The best among you are those who have the best manners and characters." To the Muslims, the examples of moral virtue set by Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions serve as guidance both practically and theologically. Finally, I would like to request you, my dear brother and sisters, my dear friends, and my dear audience, everybody should follow the rules, code, and conduct of our holy Islam. As a Muslim Ummah, we should always protect the humanity and always try to proper honor our neighbors, poor, helpless, and sick people. May Allah bless us, everybody. Okay, my dear friends and audience, no more today. Next time I will describe with another topics again. Okay, Khuda Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.